आर यू अवेयर जैसे टेनिस में कोई अगर नेशनल लेवल या स्टेट लेवल पे जीते तो एज एन एथलीट कितने पैसे मिलते हैं?
I'll be very transparent. It's peanuts. It's absolute peanuts.
38-year old competing with likes of 20-year-olds, like he's so disciplined about his diet. Do you think that is the foremost reason why he's still able to compete with likes of top tier athletes?
The problem is that we need to start designing strength and conditioning specific to each sport. What works for a tennis player might not work for a badminton player.
वेलकम टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ द रीप्ले पॉड। आज हमने बात की है वेदिका आनंद से। वेदिका इज अ फॉर्मर डिवीजन वन टेनिस प्लेयर इन न्यूयॉर्क। शी मूव फ्रॉम दिल्ली टू न्यूयॉर्क टू pursue her education as well as tennis career. Vedika is an influencer on Instagram. You can look up Fit with Ved, where she talks a lot about mental fitness, physical fitness, women in sports. हमने कई टॉपिक से बात की है कि कैसे हम इंडिया में स्पोर्टिंग कल्चर प्रमोट कर सकते हैं, इंडिया कैसे और मेडल जीत सकता है, एंड हाउ कैन वी मेक करियर इन स्पोर्ट्स. समटाइम्स लाइक पीपल टॉक अबाउट कि व्हाट आफ्टर प्लेइंग द स्पोर्ट, राइट? We talk about networking, how you can business, how you can create business around sports, right?
How do you come to US? I know traditional route people usually go do like GRE, GMAT and typical exams, but आप कैसे आए यहाँ पे? क्या और traditional routes है जो लोग use कर सकते हैं?
Yeah, mine was a little bit different. When I was, 16, 15, I was not a tennis prodigy. I was not a teenage tennis prodigy by any means, but I was a three-sport athlete. Played tennis, basketball खेल लिया, track कर लिया, sports captain कर लिया. Like I wanted to do everything in school. So when the time came, I was like, listen, one, I need to choose, and tennis was my first love, and it was obviously the sport that I was playing the best at the time. And dad and I kind of winged the process of NCAA, which,
Okay.
to
Yeah.
the casual sports fan is an alien word, which it was to me also. So dad and I kind of, went on the internet, tried to search what is the NCAA, the National Collegiate Athletic Association,
Mm-hmm.
which essentially governs college sports in America. Very cool concept because it allows you to be a student and an athlete at the same time, and you're essentially competing, at least at the Division One level, which is the highest level of NCAA. You're competing, near the pro level. I think just below the pro level in most sports. So I came to New York. I came to America with him in 2015, which was just before I reached 11th grade in school, and we visited, 5, 10 universities. Not the one I ended up going to, mind you. And kind of just asked the coaches, क्या करना है, क्या process है, समझा दो थोड़ा सा. Essentially, we were basically just doing our Reiki,
Yeah.
essentially.
Mhm.
And turns out there's a lot of rules and regulations that him and I couldn't figure out. More importantly, there were a lot of criterias and eligibility requirements that NCAA has that don't match the Indian education system. तो मेरे लिए बहुत टफ हो गया था because we weren't we didn't have any reference. Nobody I knew had done it from India. So we were like, you know what, just let's just try, emailing a few coaches, recruiting video भेज देते हैं, कुछ तो निकल आएगा. And I got a few scholarships at some small schools around the East Coast. One of them was Wagner College on Staten Island in New York. And Wagner's a D1 school, but it's a very small D1 school. So I packed up two bags and took off to New York, and that was the beginning of my college tennis journey. It was really that chaotic and simple. Not easy, but simple.
I mean, if you're looking for opportunities, like you landed in the right city, right? If you're going out of India, New York is the place to be.
Yeah, and that was intentional. So I did get a few scholarships, like I mentioned, on the East Coast. Most
Yeah.
of them were in, Connecticut, smaller cities than New York. And I was like, listen, I might turn into a professional tennis player, but if I
Yeah.
don't, I need a backup option. And what better city to be in for a backup option than New York? Plus, Delhi se aa rahi hu. Obviously, I wanted to
Yeah.
be in a bigger city. I'm used to the chaos. I'm used to the number of people. I wanted to live that again. So, New York it was, and Wagner was a life-changing experience. Honestly, I think before I came, everyone was very skeptical कि कहाँ भेज रहे हो अपनी बेटी को? It's a no-name school. Ivy League डालो, ये वो. You know how it is. You know how Indian
Yeah, yeah.
parents
Of
are.
course, of
And
course.
Yeah, fortunately for me, my parents were very adamant. They were like, this is what she's decided. She wants to play tennis, and this is where she's getting the opportunity to do it. So jaane do. So when I went to Wagner, my biggest struggle and stress wasn't really like the tennis or the classes. We did board exams. Like American education
Yeah,
system compared to board exams is
yeah.
peanuts, according to me. The bigger challenge really was adapting to a new community, new culture, and playing a team sport because tennis
Mhm.
becomes a team sport in college athletics. So that was definitely the biggest struggle for me.
Since you touched upon that, इंडिया में एक होता है ना कि यार इंडिया ही नहीं वर्ल्ड में कि टेनिस इज एन इंडिविजुअल स्पोर्ट एंड आई नो हाउ एनसीएए कॉलेजिएट sports work. So can you elaborate why do you say it's a team sport?
Yeah, I can explain. So, obviously, in India, golf, tennis, all of these individual sports across the world are played as individual sports, which is what they
Yeah.
are, unless you're playing doubles, which then you have a partner with you. With the NCAA, you're playing with a team of girls that come on board on your tennis team, right?
Yeah.
So I had a group of 6 to 8 girls that play. The way that the process works in tennis, in college tennis, is say I'm playing against another school. Let's take Columbia, for example, since it's in New York. The number one player of my team will play the number one player of Columbia's team. Number two plays number two. Number three
Okay.
plays number three. So on and so forth till number six. तो छह सिंगल्स मैच होते हैं और 3 डबल्स मैच होते हैं.
Mhm.
ठीक है. And doubles counts for 1 point. So you have to win 2 out of 3 doubles matches to win 1 point, and then your
Yeah.
6 singles matches counts for 1 point each. So total 7 point होते हैं, which means we have to beat the other team 4-3, 5-2, 6-1, 7
Ah,
love,
okay.
whatever it is. So that's how the team works.
Mhm.
Now the reason why I call it, technically this is still you're playing individually,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but the reason I call it a team sport is because now you are accountable to an entire community of people. They are relying on you. So my match, if I lose, it's not just affecting me, it's affecting six
Yeah.
other people and more. So that level of the good part is like, you have the support, you have the camaraderie. College tennis is very like everyone's shouting, screaming, cheering. That's the fun part. The downside is when you lose, you've let down a lot of people,
Yeah.
which
Imagine
I
like you're
wasn't
playing
used.
a seventh game, 3-all, and like the whole year people are looking at you like
It's
she's the
happened
one
too
kind
many
who lost
times.
it.
It's happened too many times. And fortunately for me, I've actually never been the closer. Because
Yeah.
what happens is usually it's, our number five player, number six player that ends up being the person that closes out that 3-all match. So I've
Yeah.
never been
Yeah.
the person to be in that spot, but I'm sure it's not easy. It's not easy.
Interesting.
Yeah,
एक
I mean, it's amazing. Like, I mean, we have been following your journey, but I want to take you back to Delhi, like, because like whoever is watching this, they relate to people who are similar, right? So, like, a lot of young girls watching you, they will try to find similarities. So, talk us about Delhi. Like, how did you grow up? Like, how did you pick tennis, and how was life growing up back then?
Yeah, absolutely. So Dada used to play tennis. He passed away when I was 5 years old, but he was a big tennis buff, as is my dad. Both played recreationally,
Hmm.
nothing beyond that, but big tennis fanatics. That being said, my dad's best friend turns out is one of the uh, greatest, if not the greatest, tennis coach in the country. His
Wow.
name is Aditya Sachdeva. He used to run one of the greatest academies in Delhi.
Hmm.
And he now has moved to Chennai and is running to Chandigarh and is now running the academy there. But he kind of put me into tennis when I was 6 years old, handed me a racket, said, Jaake khelo, essentially.
Yeah.
And I hated it. I absolutely hated it. But tennis was so embedded in our family. Every grandchild, every child was made to play the sport for some odd reason. And out of all the kids that were put into it, one kind of came out. So I think
Yeah.
the fam was quite happy with that. Um, the good part about coming from a family like that was there was a lot of support.
Yeah.
The bad part was, despite the support, I'm still an Indian girl playing tennis
Yeah.
in India. And for parents who are like, इसका कुछ future नहीं है, पढ़ाई करा लो, पढ़ाई करनी चाहिए, plus the community around us, schools around us, encouraging my parents to be like, she should focus on her education, she
Yeah.
should focus on other things, to, ancestors and dadis and dadas saying, beta lag jayegi tumhe, kale ho
Yeah.
jaoge
Yeah.
tum, the
Yeah.
lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that was kind of the sporting experience that I grew up in. That being said, I was also one of the very few girls in school that played sports, right? I was taller
Yeah.
than everyone. I was
Mhm.
more muscular than everyone. I was sweaty all the time. Like, I definitely didn't fit into the mold of a
Yeah.
traditional Delhi girl going to a private school, like the Shri Ram school, you
Yeah.
know? So that was definitely a really, I wouldn't say tough experience, but just it makes you really strong to be in a position like that.
Talked a lot about like how difficult it is like for any young girl playing sports in India. Like talk about like one of the craziest myth you heard like about women playing tennis in India that you found different in the US.
Craziest myth about playing tennis in India? That's a good question. Um, I don't think it was really
Let
a
me let me help you out. So इंडिया में ऐसा होता है ना, पहली बात तो यार, आई एम बीइंग वेरी कैंडिड नाउ, सो कि लड़कियां स्पोर्ट्स खेल नहीं सकती, ये अभी भी है in 21, like we're 2025, right? So do you still feel that, even though you've come here, settled, you've been in US for a while, but when you go back, do you see that kind of gender bias?
the gender bias is never going to go away. That's just the
Huh?
reality of the community that we live in. However, I will say it's gotten significantly better, and I can thank the rise of um, indigenous sports and,
Mhm.
recreational sports that's helped with that because I feel like girls have become a little bit more receptive to trying out badminton and I hate to say it, but pickleball and sports that they feel a little bit more comfortable just trying out before they can do something more. You know what I mean? That being said, I also feel like now we're seeing a lot more role models, female role models in India that girls can look up to, right? Our Indian women's team when they played the BJK Cup recently did so well, and I think that made a big splash for girls
Yeah.
around the country. Ashwarya Pisse, whether it's motorsports, whether it's the PV Sindhus and Sania
Yeah.
Mirzas of our country, I think have made a big difference, and I think slowly and steadily, with just the rise of sports being cool in
Yeah.
India now, girls and women are being more receptive to trying out sports, which I really appreciate. Unfortunately, that gender bias is not going to change. I deal with it even till this date, and I think I'm far more successful as an athlete
Yeah.
than male counterparts. But you know what? You do your little part, and hopefully
Fair
things
enough.
get better.
Yeah. I mean, so this is, yeah, fair enough. I understand how playing a sport, being a woman, is so harder than man, right? But more importantly, I feel, why are we just popularizing or like idolizing cricket and not any other sport in India? Like, do you, as an athlete of any other sport than cricket, do you feel that कभी कभी लगता है कि यार सिर्फ क्रिकेट ही क्यों है?
तो ऑब्वियसली पॉइंट क्या है
मतलब,
यहाँ पे एट द एंड ऑफ द डे स्पोर्ट्स हमारा पैशन है बट
yeah,
स्पोर्ट्स इज अ बिजनेस
Yeah.
पैसे जहां से आ रहे हैं वहां पीपल आर गोना गो वेदर इट्स ब्रांड्स वेदर इट्स ब्रॉडकास्टर्स मीडिया पीपल पीआर पीपल agents whatever it is they're going to put in resources into what they think is going to give money back to them right now it starts with the fans at some extent. And I think one of the things that we need to realize is how are we training and teaching young kids to start watching sports other than cricket? Because the 50-year-olds and the 40-year-olds, our parents' generation, is still very much मैं क्रिकेट देखता हूँ और कुछ नहीं राइट सो हाउ डू वी स्टार्ट टीचिंग द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन दैट यू कैन वॉच पैडल ऑनलाइन इट्स एक्चुअली
yeah,
सुपर फन टू वॉच पैडल
yeah,
ऑनलाइन you can watch tennis, you can watch soccer, you can watch, sorry, football. I'm in America, so you know what I
yeah,
mean. Football, whatever it
yeah,
is, watch other sports other than cricket because until a fan base is created in a different sport, it's going to be very tough to get buy-in from the money
sponsors,
holders.
yeah,
That's the point. So I think I use Bangalore as an example constantly because I think Bangalore is such a strong sporting community beyond, just RCB,
yeah,
even though that's probably the gold standard. Um, they've almost created a community of people that appreciate sports across the board. And if it can happen in one city, why can it not happen anywhere else? So I
Sh-
think there's potential there. And I truly believe that tennis might have its moment in India if it's not already
Okay.
having it.
So there is all this like chicken and egg theory. Like for example, cricket, right? Cricket kind of erupted when we won 1983 World Cup, right? So like, is it like the success comes first or the popularity comes first, right? Like Like, do we need a Neeraj Chopra moment in tennis, like somebody went on and kind of won the singles Grand Slam, like US Open? Will that be the trigger, or like can we do it like organically?
You're right. It's a chicken and egg theory here. On the one side, performance is king, performance is
Yeah,
queen. Nothing can compete with that when it comes to treating sports as a business. So, yes, a Neeraj Chopra moment is always going to be required,
yeah,
just like Gukesh made a big
yeah,
splash in chess, and that's how chess is now, becoming
Yeah.
popular. However, I also feel like when it comes to a sport like tennis, a golf, track, football, even, if there's lack of resources being put into that sport, it's very difficult to create that
Yeah.
Neeraj Chopra
mm,
moment. So
And
it's two sides of the same coin where you're like, either one could work or the other could work, but all we can do is put in the resources, right? That's what we
yeah,
we can do as a community. We can't create the Neeraj Chopra. Neeraj Chopra has to create Neeraj Chopra.
yeah,
So if we can't control that, let's at least try and control what we can control and make a difference on the resources side. So I always tell brands that I work with or people that work in sports that, think beyond cricket because you never
mm,
know सबका टाइम आएगा. क्रिकेट का टाइम आ रहा है, क्रिकेट का टाइम
yeah,
जाएगा भी.
yeah.
ऐसा भी होएगा कि another
yes.
sport will come up and everyone will get excited about it. Times are changing. So get on the boat before everyone else does. That's how
Yeah.
you're going to become a first mover.
And playing devil's advocate here, आप ये देखो कि नीरज चोपड़ा ओलंपिक जीता, राइट? उसके बाद do we know who is the second best Indian athlete in javelin? We
I
don't,
don't.
right?
I don't.
आम जनता की बात कर रहा हूँ.
Hmm.
Yes, the well-educated ones,
Of
the
course.
people who actually care about other sports. बट वो ये कि आप भूल जाते हो इंडिया में, लाइक यू सेड कि यार सिर्फ सब चीज पैसों से ही आ रही है कि पैसा यहाँ पे फेंकोगे वो स्पोर्ट हो गया है. तो एज एन, since you have been on the other side, I know you just said ki, you need to have more sponsors, but how does one get more sponsors in other sports?
Yeah, it's a good question. So here's the thing when it comes to sponsorships, I've seen how it works in the US, and I'm not sure why it's not working the same way in India, where, I'm running a small event for low ranked players, and I can get 5 to 10 brands to just send product to sponsor athletes, to create a patch program for them, to just have their name in the building, and they're happy with that. In India, the problem is that we're chasing those numbers, right? Bollywood celebrities, follower accounts. Why?
Yeah,
Because the masses like that. So they're like, if the masses like that, then why would we not use that?
yeah,
The only way that we can flip the script is if a sponsor's like, okay, let's take a chance. Let's see if this works out. And I'll give a prime example on how a sponsor did this and it worked out. Jaipur Rugs. They did a
Yes,
campaign with Bopes last year and created a
tennis
tennis
court.
court out of carpets. A company, by mind you, that has never been in the sporting industry,
yeah,
right? They created something creative and decided to take a chance on an Indian athlete, that too a doubles player, which from the connotations of the sporting world is not as great as
yeah,
singles, is not as well ranked, whatever you want to
yeah,
call it, right? They took a chance. What happened? It was all over the internet. It blew up the internet. People from all across the world were posting about it, about how cool it was, about an opportunity for India to be involved in the tennis world and create something that was absolutely majestic. So the way you get sponsors is finding those that are willing to, one, take a chance, but also to be creative. Everyone is going to come to me and be
yeah,
like, listen, ek reel bana do hamare liye. But what can we do beyond that? What can we do
yeah.
beyond just an Instagram reel where I'm showing you the product and saying, yeah, please buy this because it's working, it's good. So that's the way to get sponsors. Unfortunately, we are not at that stage yet where brands are ready to take that chance. And it could be a mix of both things. One could be they don't have the revenue to put into creative campaigns like that. Two, I think their mindset is still a little bit, do the
Yeah.
things that's working from the start. Why try something new? And that
Is
needs to
is
change.
it a cultural difference between like Indian and American mindset? Like even you talk about like business, right? Like I don't see anybody spending billions of dollars creating a data center of AI, right? We are still investing in like FMCG products, ice cream, chips, right? Like is it like the whole sort of the mindset of risk appetite? Like in US, like you're willing to take a lot more risk. and chasing those 100x returns versus in India, like we're following 4 5x, right?
यूएस में बहुत पैसा है, फालतू का पैसा,
Yeah.
हर चीज में फेंकने के लिए। बट टू नॉट टू से दैट इंडिया में पैसा नहीं है, इंडिया में पैसा है।
Yeah.
इंडिया में
छुपा के
बहुत
रखते हैं।
पैसा है, स्पोर्ट्स में भी पैसा है, बट इट्स नॉट बीइंग पुट इनटू द राइट थिंग्स
Yeah.
अनफॉर्चुनेटली, राइट? इट्स ऑल्सो द पीपल दैट आर रनिंग स्पोर्टिंग फेडरेशंस इन इंडिया।
Yeah.
I don't see 20, 30-year-olds working in sporting federations in India. 30, 40 bhi le lo. It's
Yeah.
mostly a lot older people, right? And when you're working with a community that's just older people, their mindset is obviously very different than a 30-year-old
Yeah.
who's seen a different education process, who's seen a different rise of different markets and different campaigns and communities. We're still being run by people that are honestly outdated, and that's the problem. But I don't think there's a lack of talent, and I think once we have younger people and also ex-athletes get more involved on the business side of sports in India, that's when the real change will come. That's how
Yeah.
cultural change will come.
So there's
So
this
so
middle class block, right? So kind of listening, Zakir Khan, he was in New York a couple of days back, and like he said, like parents, आपके passion के against नहीं है, आपको गरीब नहीं देखना चाहते. So is it like the middle class people don't have like a clear path? Like say अगर बच्चा sports में professionally नहीं खेलेगा, तो what can he do? Like do they not know about कि वो job कर सकता है same sports में? He can work for like say BCCI or ITA, right? Like is something like the awareness thing that we should teach in school, that it's not just about like engineering or doctor, like you can create corporate careers in sports as well, right?
and to add to that, वेदिका, जैसे इंजीनियरिंग और भी करियर्स इंडिया में पता है कि कितने पैसे मिलने हैं पेरेंट को, अगर किसी को किस डायरेक्शन में परस्यू वो भेज रहे हैं उसको। तो स्पोर्ट्स में लेट्स टॉक अबाउट टेनिस, और इफ यू आर अवेयर ऑफ एनी अदर स्पोर्ट्स, अगर कोई घुस रहा है, कोई खेल रहा है, कितने पैसे मिलते हैं? व्हाट आर यू अवेयर ऑफ एनी कॉम्प रेंज, सैलरी? कैन यू शेयर दोस इनसाइट्स एज वेल?
Yeah, absolutely. Sports across the world, at least at the entry level, is a tough life. I agree. बट आई ऑल्सो फील इंडिया में क्या है, द नॉलेज अबाउट इंजीनियरिंग में इतना मिलेगा, आईटी में इतना मिलेगा,
Yeah.
ये करोगे इतना मिलेगा, इज आउट देयर। द
यस।
इंफॉर्मेशन इज आउट देयर एंड मोर एक्सेसिबल। सो फॉर दैट मिडिल क्लास इंडियन, दे लाइक हमें पता है कि अगर आप ये करोगे ये मिलेगा, तो उनको प्रोसेस पता है, देयर इज नो अननोन इन दैट प्रोसेस। विद स्पोर्ट्स देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ अननोन। क्या करना है, कैसे मिलेगा, कहाँ वर्क करेंगे, कुछ नहीं पता किसी को। That's the problem. I
Yeah.
don't think the money is the problem. Yes, I agree. When you start off in sports, the money is low. I don't think as a social media manager, entry level at, a company like JSW,
Yeah.
Cornerstone, Meraki, which are sports marketing agencies, you're
Mm-hmm.
not making more than 30,000 rupees a month, which is
Yeah.
peanuts, right? Is that to say that other industries are not the same? I can
Yeah.
tell you an intern at EY probably makes a similar amount.
Yeah. We
I
started at
promise you that.
20,000, so
एग्जैक्टली राइट। सो द प्रॉब्लम इज दैट ईवाई का पता है कि इतना ही
yeah.
मिलता है, तो एवरीवनस लाइक यही कर लो, फिर वहां से ग्रो कर लेना।
आई
स्पोर्ट्स का
वर्क इन बाय।
पता नहीं,
Yeah, he works at
स्पोर्ट्स का किसी
EY.
को आइडिया नहीं है। दैट बीइंग सेड, नाउ वी आर इन अ जनरेशन एंड वी आर इन अ फेज ऑफ लाइफ वेयर the ability to make money from like different ways is very possible, right?
Yeah.
I make money off of the internet from
Yeah. Yeah.
Instagram. And mind you, I don't think I've posted a single bikini video to make that money, right?
Yeah.
So obviously there's opportunity there. Freelancing space has become huge in India, whether you work for an event, just an event, a sporting event, or you do freelance social media marketing for a number of agencies,
Yeah.
or you coach people online as a fitness coach, whatever it is. There's scope to make a lot more money as a freelancer in India now. And I think that's a route that people need to start exploring. The tough part on the freelance side is एक महीना अच्छा होता है, एक महीना बहुत बुरा
Yeah.
हो सकता है. The stability is the problem. But the good side is that 1 month could be really, really good, even if 1 month is bad. So I think it's a chance that people should at least try to take. I took that chance, and honestly, it paid off. And now I'm in a position where, fortunately, there's no lack of opportunity. There's just the right opportunities that I need to find. And I really appreciate that I'm in that position. But it came from hard work and grit. It came from networking. I literally just reached out to the randomest of random people on LinkedIn, and that's how I built my network. And trust me, I did it in a foreign country. And if I can do it in a foreign country, you very well can do it in your own country.
So LinkedIn networking works in sports industry as well. Just FYI, right?
It does, and I think it's far beyond, funnily enough, it's far beyond LinkedIn. I think my networking skills have switched from LinkedIn to Instagram now. And that's just because every young person is on the
Yeah.
app, right? So I usually will DM a lot of people in the sporting community and be like, hey, my name is Vedika. I work in this place. I'm trying to explore opportunities in this area of sports, and I saw that this is what you do. Can I have a conversation with you? Don't ask for a job. Just say, can I have a conversation
Yeah.
with you? That way, you're giving the other person an opportunity to talk about themselves. And people love talking
Yes.
about themselves.
Yes.
So
Your,
just
you
like,
know, you know what they say, your net worth is your network, right? So fair enough. I'm gonna dive deep on this topic. We had a guest before who was a Arjun awardee, a boxer. He shared कि boxing अगर championship national level पे जीते हो तो इतने पैसे कमाते हो. Are you aware जैसे टेनिस में कोई अगर national level या state level पे जीते हो तो what as an athlete एक तो career अलग हो गया अगर आपने athlete वाला हटा दिया कोई और career sports में जा रहे हो you shared about the routes you can pursue but as an athlete कितने पैसे मिलते हैं इंडिया में.
I'll be very transparent. It's peanuts. It's absolute peanuts. Especially at the national level, state level, to chhod hi do. At the national level, even at the challenger level, it's peanuts. It's not something that you can sustain a lifestyle in simply because without support. You
Yeah.
cannot sustain a lifestyle in it without support. Simply because tennis is an individual sport, right? Which means you need a coach, you need a physio, you need a nutritionist, you need an agent, you need a mental fitness coach. You name it.
Yeah.
As you get more and more further in your career, you can probably afford those things. Like a Bopanna can probably afford those things, right? But a player who's playing on the Challenger Tour or who's just playing at the national level probably can't. That's the tough part of being in tennis in India. Different countries like the US, Europe is a big one. There's a lot of support from the federation side. Getting players, they see talent and then they invest in it, and that's
Yeah.
how those players are able to even make it to the next level. India में वो missing है.
एंड
It's
दिस इज वेयर
missing.
द प्रॉब्लम है जैसे क्रिकेट में आप बात करो जो सेंट्रल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स मिलते हैं टॉप टीयर एथलीट्स को क्रोर्स में मिल रहे हैं राइट गवर्नमेंट बैक तो अब आप
Exactly.
इतना इतना पे डिस्पैरिटी को हाउ डू यू हैंडल दिस कि कोई टेनिस खेल रहा है कोई बॉक्सिंग कर रहा है कोई भी स्पोर्ट ले लो लाइक कुछ तो पैसे चाहिए राइट अगर इफ यू वांट टू सर्वाइव लाइक यू सेड देयर आर सो मेनी XYZ एक्सपेंसेस प्लेइंग सो इट्स टफ तो है.
It comes from the administration side of things, right? It has to come from there. So recently I went to Tughlakabad to the Dr. Karni Singh shooting range.
Mm-hmm.
What an absolute
Yeah.
experience. The
Yeah,
amount of investment that the associations put into shooting in India, that's why we get gold medals.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
why we get gold medals. I saw the tech side of things. They had someone who had come from the US. They had, so much emphasis on the technical aspect of the sport that I was in shock. And I asked them, I said, sir, like this is probably this is an elite sport, right? And he was like, I don't think any of these kids are elite. Not
Yeah.
one of them. We recognize talent and we invest in it. And that's how we make Olympic gold medalists.
So
And I
did
saw it.
Abhinav Bindra winning gold medal change that? Because like I was reading his a story, like he was a rich person, right? So his father created a range for
Yeah.
himself, like in his own farmhouse, right? Is that the thing that was required for shooting that we need for tennis? Because like I was wondering always, like why don't we win like say US Open singles, right? Last time somebody qualified for a semi-final was in 1960. Somebody called Ramanathan, right?
Yep.
We had like Leander Pace, Mahesh Bhupathi. Like, what is stopping us from creating that moment in tennis? Is it the physical abilities or like training? Like, what's the difference?
It's a mix of both and infrastructure, obviously. Most of these athletes, Maya, for example, right? Maya is a young tennis player from India. She's doing really well. She's not training in India. She's training at Rafa's academy.
Okay.
Why? Because she doesn't have that
Yeah.
infrastructure and support in India to give her that, right? Now, Maya got recognized at the age of 14 and was able to get a scholarship to go there. Most of the kids don't have that ability and don't get recognized like that. And so there's a very stark number of kids that are really good juniors that then don't make it to the pro level. That transition from juniors to pro is what's missing. And it could be a combination of things, right? Lack of professional coaches in India, lack of resources. And the biggest one that I have seen in my personal experience is lack of emphasis on fitness and strength and conditioning. I think that's still missing in India. इंडिया में क्या होता है like when I was 6 and I started playing, by the time I was 12, players that were playing with me, like a Karman Kaur Thandi, for example, who was, top 200 in the world, she was playing 8 hours a day, every
Wow.
day,
Wow.
competing. And, I'm sure she did that for weeks and weeks. Now, you tell me, if a child starts playing at the age of 6, by the time they're 18, if that's what their schedule is like, they are going to be burnt out,
Yeah.
right? The
Surely.
good part about Europe is I feel like they put a little bit more emphasis on having a holistic profile for athletes. Take a break. If
Yeah.
you're injured, you're feeling pain, stop. Take a day off. Study. Do other things so that by the time they're 18, 19, they're not sick of tennis.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not sick of it. Because your career is going to survive at least till the age of 28,
Yeah.
29, a little bit more, hopefully, if you're playing doubles. तो प्रॉब्लम एक तो ऑब्वियसली माइंडसेट की है, दूसरी the educated coaches, the infrastructure, that's where it starts, really.
Yeah.
What about politics and corruption?
There's no lack of it. There's no lack of it in our country for sure.
Yeah.
I will say
Huh.
though, now as I've been working in tennis for the last 4 years and just seen the sporting industry, politics सब जगह है.
Yeah.
Ego सब जगह है. Power किसी
You,
को नहीं देनी. They all
US में
want
भी?
to hold on. Of course, 100%. यहाँ पे भी है, same thing. The only thing is, I think in India, it's actually a little bit more out in the open than it is everywhere else. It's a
People take
little
Yeah.
bit more
pride in
out in
that.
the open क्योंकि इंडिया
Yeah.
में बात करने की आदत है सबको ना.
Yeah.
All I'll say is that federations, associations, and the people that work for them cannot exist without athletes
Yeah.
existing. We are an athlete first community.
What do you think about US Open first of all? You just went there. How was the vibe? मतलब पहली बार गई थी या कैसे? How was it?
So this is my 10th US Open.
Wow.
Oh
I've been
wow.
going to the US Open as a fan since 2016, which was my first year in college. In 2022, I landed my first full-time job. That was with the US Open. And since then, now I work for the Players Association, the PTPA, which was founded by Vasek Pospisil and Novak Djokovic a few years ago. So US Open is essentially my office for the next 3 weeks,
Oh, wow.
which is super
Nice.
exciting. I really enjoy coming here because it's a personal touch for me, right? I know the insides of US Open. It's almost like a home slam for me. Um, it's very festival like. Over the years, it's become more of a festival and a mela than it is a tennis tournament, which is
Yeah.
not a bad thing because you get
Yeah.
a lot of non-tennis fans. I took my best friends with me, and two of them have absolutely no idea what a tie break is. But they had a blast, right? They got so involved in the mixed doubles. They got so involved in watching the qualies matches, only because the vibe of the place is so elite and extreme. They
Yeah.
wanted to try the honeydews and they want to see all the free samples and they want to see the Tiffany suite. And because it's become that festival, it's got a lot of non-tennis fans getting involved in tennis, which
Yeah.
is beautiful.
People say Wimbledon has a different aura. Do you agree or are you biased with US Open?
It does have a different aura. Wimbledon
Yeah.
is one of those places where you walk in and it's, super pristine and
Yeah.
traditional, and there's
It's
not a
British.
flower out of place. It's beautiful and green. It's summer in London, so the weather is great. And I think the British people just culturally are very excited to watch sports
Yeah.
besides like watching a
Yes.
superstar. They don't
Yeah.
care who's playing on the court. They will clap exactly the
Yeah.
same way they do for Carlos Alcaraz and a qualies player. And I think that's the beauty of Wimbledon is um the British community and the British culture is to just enjoy athletes doing what athletes do regardless of what their name is.
You mentioned you work for a Djokovic company. Have you met him?
Yes.
Oh wow. How was that?
It was good. So I
Let's
met him a
let's
few
talk about
times.
that.
I've met him a few times now, and he's actually got a very technically sound mind. very smart person. Obviously, he has an aura to him when he's speaking.
Yeah.
Nobody else really speaks because he's Novak, right? You listen to
Yeah.
what he says. But I think beyond his tennis knowledge, I think he's just very aware of what's going on in the world, in the administrative side of tennis, in the politics, whatever it is. He's very aware. He's very aware. And I think that's something that I haven't seen with a lot of professional tennis players that I've met is they're all kind of like in their own world. They have too much going on. They have
Yeah.
a pack of 10 people around them telling them what to do. With Novak, I think he's a bit of his own person, makes his own decisions. And
Djokovic, Federer, Nadal, first of all.
oh God, I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this question.
Yeah,
To be fair, I grew up as a Roger fan, you know.
Yeah.
I watched
That's smart.
Roger with my dad when I was 8, 10. Like that was my person. The problem with an impressionable 10-year-old child is once you've committed to one player, everyone else you hate.
Yeah.
So I came in, I hated everyone else. I was like, if they beat Roger, I hate them. However, now that I work in tennis and I've interacted with Novak quite a bit, not so much the other two. I've spoken to Nadal a few times, but not Roger. Um, I have to be biased towards Novak just
Yeah.
because I know him a little bit better, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen him compete up close now. I
Yeah.
will say that I don't think the impact that those three have had, four, Serena included, the impact that those four have had on our sport, nobody expected that to be matched by a future generation. Like everyone was so scared that, the era's over, tennis is dead, we're never going to have this again, we're never going to have the big four, five, whatever you want to call it. And then come these two kids out of nowhere
Yeah.
and completely take the tennis world by storm. And what a delight they are. And I'll include Arina Sabalenka and Iga in that conversation and Rybakina to an extent. It's it's really refreshing to see that tennis is in great hands moving forward.
I think
but
हर एक sport में होता है, like some people think कि इसके बाद क्या होगा, but like I think sports is always bigger than person, right? Like somebody else comes and
100%.
take over.
100%. Sports is bigger than one singular athlete.
but मैं एक रील देख रहा था. जोकोविच 38 year old competing with likes of 20 year olds. Uski diet at this age also, he's eating like he's so disciplined about his diet. Do you think that is the foremost reason why he's still able to compete with likes of top tier athletes?
Most of the top tier athletes, at least in tennis, I can tell you, have so much emphasis on their nutrition, lifestyle, sleep, the tech that they use for every single thing, whether it's, recovery monitors, supplements, whatever it is, hydration tablets, you name it. The amount of emphasis they put on all of those things, Novak specifically, is the reason why he's still being able to compete at the age of 38. And let's go back to that conversation I mentioned about strength and conditioning.
Yeah.
That's the primary thing that you need in tennis. Why? Because the sport has become so physical, right? We're not in the Boris Becker era, Johnny Mack, where, chip and charge chal raha hai. The game was far
Yeah.
slower. Now the game is so physical. Have you seen how Alcaraz and Sinner hit? They're
Yeah.
whacking the ball.
Yeah.
140 miles per hour serves is unreal. It's unheard of. And so because the game has gotten physical, the players are starting to adapt to that.
I think मैंने एक चीज देखी इंडिया में, like for a long time focus was always on strength. That's why हमने wrestling में, और we had like Dara Singh, we never focused on flexibility and agility, right? Like we never trained for that. It was mostly about weight and strength, right? So that could be, I think, one reason where we don't do good in these kind of sports, right? Where you get injured easily or you don't have that, you cannot compete. So for, in badminton, you cannot compete with Chinese players, right? Because they're so agile and flexible that it's hard to compete sometimes.
Well, every sport has different demands,
Yeah.
right? Badminton, football, for example, is a very anaerobic, aerobic
Yeah.
sport. Both. You require both strength and you require agility and speed.
Yeah.
So the problem is that we need to start designing strength and conditioning specific to each sport. What works for a tennis player might not work for a badminton player. What works for a badminton player might not uh, be required for a squash player. So it comes from having elite coaches that can actually tell you how you train your body specifically for your sport.
I want to touch upon Yannick Sinner first of all. French Open में we saw the greatest. People are saying the greatest tennis match, right? Final में जो हुआ 5 घंटे, whatever it went on, right? When Alcaraz I think won, he went to stand to regroup with his group and whatever. Yannick was just staring at him. हारा तब भी, right? And then he broke the curse. उससे पहले I think head to head Grand Slam final में it was all Alcaraz. Wimbledon जीता. Since then, I've become a Yannick Sinner fan in this generation of athletes, right? What's your take? Alcaraz or Sinner, what's your take on who's going to win US Open and who's your favorite?
Oof, who's gonna win US Open?
Or
Uh,
Djokovic?
it's I mean, that would be awesome. Like I think it'll be a great thing to watch. Honestly, hard courts, there's such a tight competition. Like, clay, you're like, yeah, this is Carlos's favorite surface. Wimbledon, I still think Novak is great on grass. Hard courts, there's a lot of competition. Let's not write off some of the younger players. You never know what Taylor Fritz can accomplish.
Yeah.
Zverev, let's hope, Zverev can break his curse. But when it comes to Yannick and Carlos, Carlos is he plays with the crowd. He likes that energy. He can play the big points. He's very physical. If it's a 5.5 hour match, Carlos is probably winning that because his body allows him to do that. However, Yannick is a very consistent player. Every match, every week, he's showing up and he's performing. And I think that's the difference between the two players. I think Carlos has like highs and lows, like very big highs and very big low lows. With Yannick, he's a little bit more consistent. So it'll honestly depend on it's going to be a very minute difference that's gonna decide who's going to win it. And it'll kind of depend on how they're feeling. Yannick didn't feel very great at Cincinnati. You never know how he's feeling coming into US Open and how that's going to affect him. Those small week to week changes is what's going to set those two apart because they're so closely linked to each other and they're so good and kind of at the same level at this time. So I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win. But if I had to guess, between the two, I think my money would be on Carlos.
Yeah. What's up with this Spaniards and clay court? Like
Well, they
Rafa
grew up
Nadal and
playing on it, right? Like I grew up playing on broken cement court. So tomorrow, if I play against a Spaniard on a broken cement court, I'd probably win.
yeah.
So they grew up playing on the nicest red clay, and that's probably why their game is very well suited to that surface. Now, if you see players like Simona Halep and Musetti and all of these guys, they play very high off the ball, high off the net, right? Um, Super spinny forehands. They're grinders is what we call them. Remember David Ferrer?
Yeah.
Uh, they had that grinding game where they're just chasing the ball again and again, and that's what clay court demands. Points are longer. You're playing higher off the net. You're basically trying to find a way to move on that clay, which is not easy. I think obviously grass is still the hardest to play, simply because none of us really grew up playing on grass. There aren't that many grass court tournaments.
Yeah.
There's also not that many grass courts in the world to play on. And in comparison, and most of the players, end up either playing on hard or clay. So I think grass still remains the toughest surface out of the three.
Ankit, if you're ready, we can move to the fun bite section. Vedika, I
Yeah,
know
go for
you're
it.
gonna don't hate us.
Go for
Few
it.
more minutes.
Okay, I'm ready. Don't ask me anything that's going to get me into trouble.
I'll go with the hot takes round, like the rapid fire, right? Agree or disagree. So pickleball is just a fad.
Disagree.
I mean, you
I
hate it, so I
wish
mean,
I wish it was a fad, but unfortunately it's not.
yeah.
Why is that? मेरे को पता है अभी भी Instagram पे आजकल investment opportunity आ रही है कि pickleball court में invest करो. ये like is it really that big now कि आप
सारे साउथ बॉम्बे और साउथ दिल्ली के लोग सिर्फ पिकल बॉल और पैडल खेलना चाहते हैं तो ऑब्वियसली इन्वेस्टमेंट तो करेंगे ना लोग पैसे बनाने
yeah,
हैं उनको सो
even
इफ
in
इट
US
ऑफ
yeah
कोर्स एज अ बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी it's great. Unfortunately, I've had so many companies reach out to me for pickleball collaborations and I've turned down a lot of money.
is
It's
it gonna
getting
take
very
market
popular.
share of
Like, I mean,
tennis?
No. I don't think it's a comparison in that sense. Because paddle, yeah, maybe. Paddle, I can still understand that you would make that argument for. But one thing you don't realize is the paddle and pickle can't compete with that yet. Paddle might in the future because it does have a technical skill level that's required, and you might need coaching for that aspect. पिकल तो कोई भी खेल ले दादी भी खेल ले मेरी.
Yep, I'll quickly run through a few more since you have to go.
Yeah, we
So,
digress. Sorry.
tennis is harder mentally than physically. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Federer is more loved and Djokovic is more feared.
Agree.
Like myth or fact? So, women can't play five-set tennis.
Can't is the wrong word for it. I don't think they should.
Okay, all right. Cricket is the only sport that can make you rich in India.
False.
Right? Tennis careers end at 30, mostly.
How old is Bopes now? 43? Don't tell
Yeah,
me he doesn't have a career in tennis. Rajiv Ram just won Cincinnati, so I think that's changing.
The future of Indian sports is.
Future of Indian sports, shooting. Shooting. If that's not the current, uh, if it's not our present, I think shooting is going to make an even bigger splash in the next few years.
Any specific player in, let's say, tennis, shooting, and cricket as well?
I'd say Maya, actually, in
Yeah.
tennis. I think she'd do great in tennis. I have my fingers crossed for Yuki and Sumit both. I think they're fabulous athletes. Yuki is obviously doing really well already. Just played semifinals in Winston-Salem. And Sumit, he's a Grand Slammer. He's won a match at the Grand Slam. He's won at Australian Open. He's played main draw of all four. So I think you never write the greats off.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
never know when he comes back and is back in the top 100, and I'm hoping for that.
And anyone in cricket?
Uh, so I actually I'm not a big cricket buff, so I don't know. But
Fair
of
enough.
course, I recently went for the Delhi Premier League, and one of my someone I know, or an acquaintance of mine, was playing Himmat Singh, and it was fabulous to watch him play. I wish him the best, and I hope Delhi Premier League is something that people start watching as well, because it was a great environment. It was so much fun to go and watch, and these athletes are,
Yeah.
a step below IPL. A lot of them play in the IPL as
Yeah.
well, so I want to start supporting them at that stage before they become the next Virat and Dhoni and Sachin. Who was the 14-year-old kid that we watched? Vaibhav?
Suryavanshi, yeah.
Suryavanshi.
Suryavanshi. Yep, he was really impressive to watch. Would
Yeah.
love to see more of him. I've actually only ever watched one. Well, besides DPL, I've only ever watched one cricket match live, and that was at Lord's. I
Oh,
watched
that's my dream.
England, Australia, was it? Or England, New Zealand?
Okay.
Ashes Day 5. What
England,
is
Australia.
Ashes?
Yeah, England,
Australia.
Australia,
Yeah,
yeah.
I watched England, Australia. I think it was 3 years ago. And what an experience.
Yeah.
Lord was one of the coolest sporting venues that I've ever been to.
Awesome. If you weren't in sports, what would have your alternate career would be?
So, fun fact that not many people know is I was a singer before I was a tennis player. I started
Wow.
classical Indian when I was a kid. And once tennis got, really hectic, I stopped.
Yeah.
And I picked it up again recently. So if I wasn't into sports, I'd love to get into music.
One thing athletes need but never get is
Proper PR team. Or just access to some type of content creation, media production, basic stuff. You don't even need much. Just one person to come and hold a phone for you is plenty.
Yeah.
yeah. Ankit, do you have anything else?
No, I think
I have one more.
we're at time.
Okay, one more. Let's do it. Last one.
Right.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's a category fan assumptions.
Okay.
Sports is equal to glamour life.
As a player or as someone who works in sports?
People assume about this about sports. So do you think true, false?
False. The Wimbledon reels that you see on my Instagram is 1% of my job.
Athletes don't care about academics.
False. I know a lot of athletes that do certifications, programs, degrees, um, attend workshops on financial literacy, and I think every athlete should have at least a baseline amount of academic knowledge and information, just so that they can have a plan after their career is over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Federer or Nadal?
Oh God, Federer.
Federer or Andy Murray?
Federer.
Federer, Djokovic?
Oh, I'm gonna say Novak.
Okay. Novak or Carlos Alcaraz?
Novak.
Novak Sinner?
Novak.
Serena or Venus?
Serena.
Serena or Ariana Sabalenka?
Sabalenka. She's a fabulous personality.
Sania Mirza or Leander Pace?
Sania.
So you said Serena or Novak? Let me ask you that.
Oh God. Just purely on the fact that I know Novak better, I'd say Novak.
And two more. So most underrated tennis player.
Most under you're talking, are we talking top 10? Like you want me to give you a big name,
All
or
time.
it doesn't matter?
Ever.
All time. Whatever comes in your mind.
Medvedev.
Yeah. One player you would never want to face on the court.
If I ever have the opportunity to. One player I wouldn't want to face. Ons Jabeur. Her game style would be hell for me. You know,
Yeah.
that chip and charge and switching out variety. She's one of those players that has a lot of variety, which um isn't as prominent on the women's tour. And that's tough for me to deal with. I'm a, basic baseliner, big forehand, big serve type of player. So someone who comes and gives me a slice, gives me a drop shot, I would struggle with that.
Thank you, Vedika. Appreciate it. I
Yep,
know.
really
Of course,
appreciate your
this is
time.
great.
And I'm sure like a lot of people will watch this and get motivated. And you're doing an amazing job. So more power to you, and like keep doing what you're doing. And really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.